natural peptides, make wellness. I am really thrilled to be here. Dr. Bonnie Schnautz and I have been talking about this for a couple months now and pulling together just a little meeting to go over what they are, answer any questions that you have about them. A lot of people have heard about peptides, but don't really understand the difference between the synthetic peptides or the natural peptides. And so we just thought we'd share a little education and our own experiences with it, and then answer some questions. So thanks for being here. I am sad to say, though, that Bonnie is unable to be here with us tonight. She had a family emergency, so she is with her family. And I know that she would appreciate it if in your heart you felt the need to say a little prayer for Bonnie and her family. Lift that prayer up for her. I know she would appreciate it very much. So thank you for doing that. They're huge shoes to fill. So, so I'll just start with introducing myself. I'm Lisa Dittmar with Dittmar Fitness and Health. I am a health and longevity coach. So I work with peri and postmenopausal women. I teach them how to strength train, how to build better bone density, how to change their nutrition based on their age and their hormones and where they are today. And I also do some accountability coaching and then help them manage what's going on in their life so that the obstacles that are thrown at us constantly won't stay in the path of your goal. We help manage those and get them off to the side so that we can keep that goal in our sights at all times. So I was really happy to learn about Make Wellness from Bonnie because they were a great solution for me and for my clients as well. So let's see. So I am joined tonight by Dr. Elizabeth Harvey, who is amazing. She's funny. She's brilliant. She is beautiful inside and out. And I'm really so happy to have you here, Dr. Elizabeth. So introduce yourself and talk a little bit about who you are and who you serve. That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Lisa. Well, here's the deal. So we went to the Make Wellness conference down in Florida. I drove. Lisa was my co-pilot, and she made sure that I was well taken care of during the entire journey. And no one could have a better wingman woman. And so that's kind of where I am tonight. So Lisa is gonna really do a good job of taking care of everybody and sharing with you her passion. And I'm here as a wingman. So I love Make Wellness. I have been on a journey personally to take care of my own body. The doctors always told me I would never live very long, and because of a platelet disorder. And, here I am at 50. So I think we've, met that goal and we're doing well. But so longevity and wellness and all those things have been a part of my passion. I am a physical therapist, but I also just graduated last year with a doctorate in health science and aging studies so that I could just take it again to the next level, figuring out how to make bodies work. So I am a pelvic floor specialist. So I treat men and women, and I'm working on a menopause coaching certification too. Just again, to help women as we are making these big transitions. And Make Wellness really came into my life at a really good point, completely postmenopausal, blazed through that. And here I am. And it's just been a great help. So I'm really excited to be here and share a little bit more. My business is Renewal Therapeutics, and just happy to be here with you guys tonight.
Thanks, Elizabeth. All right.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just dive right in, right?
Dive, baby, dive.
Let's do it. Okay. Share. Okay. Everybody see my screen okay?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. I'm going to change this little dude. Okay. So, this is what we're talking about tonight, about how to utilize natural peptides for longevity. So a little bit about peptides first. These are natural peptides. These are from plants. Mother Nature, like it says, is the ultimate biochemist. So none of these are synthetic. None of them are made in the lab. These are all straight from plants. And it's important to understand the difference between the two because plant-based peptides are going to go in and they're going to work with your cells. They're not going to manipulate or force anything to happen. It's all a gentle process. And we're excited to have the option of having the natural peptides from these plants. So a little bit
Can I
about,
throw in there
yes, please do.
real quick, Lisa? Like for me, the take home point is you can ingest orally bioactive peptides because your body recognizes them as a natural substance and your body can consume them, break them down, and use them. Versus synthetic peptides, they have to be injected into your body because your body has no idea what this is or really how to take it in and consume it. And so that's a really big tell for what is synthetic versus what is a natural plant-based peptide.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah.
The way that they're so stable and being able to survive the digestive tract, that's where everybody gets. I think most of the questions that I get, based on the GLP-1s and those peptides, and why do they have to be injected, and they last a longer time, and that type of thing. So when we talk about lean, I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. But your body creates peptides. They naturally are made within your body. And your body loves homeostasis. It loves balance. It loves to heal itself. So what happens is over time, based on your lifestyle, based on the food that you eat, based on the stress that you're exposed to, the dyes you're exposed to, the fragrance, all these little things start breaking that down, the communication within your cells. And so I want you to consider peptides as kind of that bridge in helping your cells remember what their purpose is and what they're supposed to be doing. So they're just short chain amino acids, and they're responsible, like it says here, for regulating everything: muscle growth, mood, metabolism, recovery. They get that balance back in your body. And that's where we talk about that longevity. These are not magical pills. We're not saying that you're gonna be wrinkle free for the rest of your life. It's just in helping your body, those cells communicate on that very foundation basis. And so think of them as text messages, right? For delivering real-time instructions. These are the products that we have with Make, and they are to build muscle and recover faster, for optimizing metabolism, curb cravings, enhance cognitive function, clarity. We're going to go through all these products: support mood balance and resilience, and promote hydration and cellular communication, which is really what it all comes down to.
And to that, I say, yes, please.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay, so these are the collections here. There are 6 products through Make Wellness, and the Peak Performance Collection is just all 6 of those products together. I've used all 6 products. I love all 6 products. I don't use some of them on a daily basis. Some of them I've used religiously since the beginning of December of last year. But the 2, and actually there's another collection that I don't have on here. We have the Muscle and Metabolic Collection, which is Fit, Lean, and Hydrated. And then we have the Mind and Motivation Collection, which is Energized, Focused, and Calm. And then we have another collection actually that's available on the website. And that one is the Power Trio. And that is your Lean, your Fit, and your Energized. So people are talking about, boy, I'd really love to have that Lean and the Fit, because that's where I'm losing the weight and I'm helping my muscle mass, but I need that energy too. And so that's where they came up with the Power Trio for that additional collection. So that is on the website as well. Let's see. So I'm going to talk about Muscle and Metabolic Collection because I preach it every single day about how important it is to have your skeletal muscle mass and strong bone. But before I get into that, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about what happens to our muscles and bones as we age. So very briefly, I just want to touch on this. Muscle is your key to longevity. It is what is going to help you live longer, healthier. It's going to allow you to do those things that you want to do on your own without having to rely on other people. Everything is harder without muscle. So your metabolism is going to suffer. Your balance definitely will suffer, and you don't realize that until you have to rely on your balance. Your ability to recover is definitely difficult. You have to go in strong before you are sick, have surgery. What else? Sick, surgery. hurt yourself to where you're laid up for a little bit, you've got to have that. Your immune system needs to be strong before, so that you can recover quickly and with ease. But the next bullet is the most important bullet, I think, here, and that's risk of falls and fractures increases. So 50% of women will suffer a frailty fracture in their lifetime. And that should be alarming to you. That's 1 in 2 women are going to have a frailty fracture. And what that means is that you lose your balance and fall. Something happens where you trip and fall, and you're unable to protect yourself when you do fall, and you break a bone. So,
And I just want to like pop in there too, Lisa, from a PT perspective. On average, the life expectancy is a year
yeah,
after you've fractured your hip,
yes,
which is kind of crazy. But the
it's
mortality that comes with that fall
yeah,
is crazy.
yeah. It's scary. And with surgery, I think it's a 30% rate of mortality, and without surgery, 70% rate of mortality. That should be terrifying to every single one of us, because there are things that we can do right now to help ourselves prepare for our future. That means next week. That means 20 years from now. It's never too late. There was a study I recently read of 90 plus year old men and women who did a 6-week strength training program 3 days a week, and every single one of them gained muscle mass, which is pretty phenomenal. Because at this age, when we're starting to get, let's just say over 35, when you're talking like perimenopause, your estrogen is decreasing, and that we have to start really fighting to maintain our muscle mass, much less build and gain muscle mass. So starting today. Okay, so what can we do? Strength training, resistance with jumping, using bands, a weighted vest. I love the weighted vest. Proper nutrition, always start at the foundation in your gut microbiome, and then supplementation, which is what we're talking about today. Okay, so first one we're talking about is fit. This is the one, if I could have everybody on earth take something, it would be
Same.
it honestly, it is the thing. I had someone near and dear to me that I love break a bone, and I instantly sent a box of Fit, because I knew that this is something that had to be on board. It not only helps you build and maintain and protect that muscle mass, but it also helps reduce the chronic low-grade inflammation. It increases bone mineral, which has been proven in our latest clinical study. It naturally elevates NAD levels, which you've probably been hearing out and about in social media, especially. And if not, you probably will now. And that helps with it boosting your vitality, which does diminish over as you age. It's super easy to use. It's in a little pack. Well, I don't know if y'all can see this. It's a little packet little powder, like a pixie stick. You put it in your water, shake it up, and down it. It's super easy. It tastes like orange juice, or Tang, if you remember Tang. Every single morning, I take my Fit along with my Lean 2 capsules and my Focus. That's how I start my day every single day. So Fit is the one. Do you have anything to add with Fit? Do you recommend that to all of your patients? I would imagine.
I really do. Like Fit is my go-to, whether it's an athlete trying to recover or somebody that's just had a total knee replacement. I'm like, you need to be able to accelerate the ability to reduce the inflammation and build muscle tone. And my personal experience, Lisa, I was taking it. I wanted to accelerate muscle toning, and that was really my expectation, is that it would do that. And I was very happy. Like, we have a body scan analysis machine that's used in the Mayo clinics in our office. And so I was regularly doing my scans, and I've lost over 5 inches in each thigh.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm more toned, so it doesn't bulk you. It's creating more muscle tone, but it's lean muscle.
Mhm.
And so I've just been, that's always been a problem area for me, is my thighs. And I just, like, I feel so much more confident because of the muscle tone, and that my body's able to generate. I don't think I've ever been this muscular, and I am postmenopausal and almost 50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's still ways to beat the clock. There's still ways to improve your longevity. The other thing that I was surprised about, though, is the decrease in the aches and pains, the naggy stuff that I have that I don't pay as much attention to, like my toes, because I don't always wear good shoes, even though I'm PT. I still like pretty shoes. So, my toes and my knees will sometimes be kind of achy, and to the point where I would ask my husband to rub my feet every night. Well, I think about 6 weeks in is when I noticed I was taking a walk and I was like, oh my gosh, my feet don't hurt anymore. Like, this is really weird. And so I've had other PTs that are also using the peptides, this fit in particular, that have said, that naggy pain has gone away. And so its ability to reduce inflammation is incredible. And it also helps enhance your digestion. So I think that that's a critical part too, is like inflammation can be gut inflammation.
That's right.
And so it's really helping with that. Part of what it's doing is helping you with protein digestion. So it's pretty incredible, that protein synthesis. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of pop in there too. I do believe Fit is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely is mine. And when you talk about the inflammation, my experience with that part, it is the thing that really sold me on this. And that is, for years, I saw a naturopathic doctor in Spokane, Washington for probably 7 years before I moved here. And I complained constantly about my shoulders and my hips hurting so bad. They ached all the time. If I went and got my nails done and they tell you to go wash your hands, I'd get up and pray that I didn't look like I was going to fall on the ground and just in pain. It was awful. And my shoulders, I couldn't put on a jacket. I couldn't put on, taking a bra on. Okay, sports bra, forget it. None of us can really do that gracefully anyway, but I got to say it was so painful for so many years. And again, started taking it in December. By Christmas, I put on my jacket at church and didn't think about it myself without asking Evan to help me. And then the biggest thing, and you guys just hear me out here, because this was just this week, like a day ago, I was able to scrub my upper back without knives poking into my shoulders. I'm able to reach around and scrub my upper back. And I've had issues with that for many, many, many years. The only thing that I've changed is starting to take start to take the peptides since December. So that has been the thing that I scream about constantly, is about that. My shoulders feel pain-free now, and I haven't had that in a long, long time. So
That's awesome.
I could sit
It
here.
was the same way with my feet too. Like, it was like, I knew when I got up to take that first step, my big toe was gonna, maybe abort mission. And I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. And because it would be a really sharp pain, but that's been nice. And this might be TMI, but I'm gonna put it out there anyway. When you improve your muscle quality, you're going to help with your endocrine system regulation of your hormones. I really have had a huge surge in libido. And I've heard that from other healthcare practitioners as well, because it actually is helping to regulate your hormones. So win-win.
A plus. A cherry on top, if you will. Okay, that's perfect. All right, so let's move on to lean.
We're moving on.
Okay, moving on. Lean is the one that people come to me when they have a question about losing body fat. That's the one where I will suggest to people that are looking to do the injection, I will talk to them about lean. So most of you guys know I was on the injection for quite some time based on the encouragement of my doctor. And when I just felt a great sense of, that's a whole different story, but I felt a great sense of shame being on it with what I do for a living, and also financial shame, because I felt like it was so expensive that I felt like I was doing a disservice for my family. And so I was looking for something that was more natural. And Dr. Bonnie Schnauz talked to me about this when she first started doing the research on Make Wellness. And I put it to the side because I thought, okay, you know what? It sounds too good to be true. Something from nature that can help us lose weight, target visceral fat. How is that even possible? And I really just didn't believe it. And I put it to the side and I ignored it for a couple of months. And then I thought to myself, of all the people on the face of this earth, if Bonnie Schnauz is following something and is interested in something and trusts something, this woman will research things from the beginning to the end and back again right, Elizabeth? She is all over that research. And I know that if she recommended it to me, it must be something that is worth the research on my end too. And so she didn't even know I was on the shot or anything. And so when I looked at it, I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a go. So I weaned off of the injection. As I weaned off of the injection, I was taking lean at the same time. Did not have any complications with it. The difference, and this is where people ask me the difference between the two. With the shot, it turns the food noise off completely. So I would go almost an entire day without eating. And that is not good for you on so many levels. Yes, you lose weight, but you're losing muscle at the same time. When I thought about eating it, I felt a little bit nauseous. You take it every week because it gives you this, you have to inject it, of course, based on what you're saying at the beginning, because your digestive system, it can't survive the digestive system. So it goes in and it manipulates your cells to do what you want it to do, and that's turn off your hunger hormones. So lean turns down the food noise. It turns it down. It doesn't turn it off. So I will, around lunchtime, I think, oh, I'm hungry. And then I think, how can I fuel my body properly now? I don't think about standing in front of the pantry when I'm anxious or stressed from work or whatever else and just looking to fix everything with food. It's turned that down. So that has been a really wonderful thing. Lean protects your muscle mass while it targets visceral fat. And I know this for a fact because I have gained muscle when I've switched over to lean. And in January, I had a pair of shorts that I could not wear on vacation because I had the big muffin top over the top of them and I was mortified and I didn't want to wear them. So I didn't take them with me. In April last month, I tried those shorts on again and I got them buttoned and there's no muffin top. And the only thing, again, I have not changed anything along the way. It's been sticking with the peptides. And I mean, I've lost maybe like 3 pounds being on lean off of the shot. I've not gained any weight back. I've additionally lost 3 pounds, but it's all in the inches around the waist, which is the nasty fat. That's a fat, that visceral fat that we do not want in our, right around that middle.
So we know, like with this too, Lisa, to support what you're saying, the research says 65% of the weight loss and the fat loss is going to come from the trunk area, which is the visceral fat. It's the area that we usually are most concerned about.
That's right. That's right. And I all I have are pictures to show you the difference because it's just, you can feel it, but again, it's not like I'm hungry. It's not like I'm doing the same thing that I've been doing, but the peptides are telling those cells they're reminding them what to do. Another point I want to make is that with synthetic peptides, in this case, the shot, it creates a feedback loop in your system. So that means that your body is going to stop doing what it's doing already. It's going to stop doing that because now you've got those synthetic peptides in there doing it for you. When you take natural peptides, they get in, they get out, they do their thing and they're on their way. They don't last a week in your body. They don't form a feedback loop. So that means that your body is being coached by the peptides, by the natural peptides on what their purpose is and what they're supposed to be doing. So again, just when you stop the injection, your body is going like, okay, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But when you do these natural peptides, they're the ones that are communicating on a daily basis. This is what you do, remember? This is what you do, remember? And that's what helps it along the way and does not create that feedback loop.
Yeah, it's critical.
Okay.
This is super important too, because what I have seen on a PT end of things with women that are coming to me with musculoskeletal injuries, rotator cuff tears, Achilles tendon ruptures, like all these things, they are young. Like you usually would see these things in women over 50, plus, and now they're coming to me in their 40s. And I'm like, what has happened to this? What's happened? And they're like, well, I lost like 60 pounds on, synthetic on GLP-1s. I didn't know that, up to 70% of my weight loss was coming from my muscle tissue. And so I'm seeing from a PT perspective, a lot of major injuries that are coming from this use of synthetic peptides. So And I think it's because we didn't know it was coming. It was damaging the muscle tissue so bad. And it's really hard to build muscle back.
It is. It's really hard. Take it
So
from me, very hard, to gain that muscle back. It's a lot of work, but
it's a lot of work,
okay,
but it's doable.
every little bit, it's doable.
It's doable.
Okay, and the last one I want to cover is hydrated. And this one, I have to tell you, when I first saw the hydrated peptide from Make, I thought, okay, it's just like any other electrolyte powder. And that is so far from the truth. And it took me a little bit to really, I thought, okay, I need to read into this one a little bit. I sound so judgy. Don't I sound judgy with all these? I'm like, well, let me just look at this a little bit closer. I don't know about those. But this has coconut water powder. It has the solar spore electrolytes from the Great Salt Lake, actually, and glycine. And these ingredients right there, you don't have all these fillers that are in things like Element and Liquid IV. It doesn't have the sugars. It doesn't have the dyes. It doesn't have the chemicals. It doesn't have any of that. It's a straight up get into deep within the cell and do what it's supposed to do. It works great by itself, but it definitely works so well with Fit and Lean. Is there anything you want to add to that one?
Okay, here's my honest thing. I didn't take it the first month. I only took the Lean and the Fit.
Yeah, same.
I was like, I don't know. I don't think I need hydrate. And then I realized what it does is it actually helps the absorption at the cellular level. It helps make the membranes more permeable so that there's more what we call bioavailability, or the ability of the cell to uptake the amino acids that are present. So it makes everything work better because of that.
That's right.
So now I take it all the time.
Same. I realized today that I didn't have it on my auto ship. So yeah, so not a good thing. I am definitely dependent on these guys. So okay, let's get into our next bundle, which is the Mind and Motivation Collection, Energized, Focused, and Calm. So Elizabeth, if you want to just let me know when to forward the slide and I'll be on it.
Yeah. So I love the Energized. I'm very caffeine sensitive, so I don't normally drink coffee after about 11 o'clock because it stays in my system and I need sleep at night. However, the Energized is using the coffee fruit and it does not have that same impact on me at all. So I do take this at lunch. So I take my Energized at lunchtime to get me over that afternoon slump. Does anybody ever have an afternoon slump where it's just kind of like around 2 o'clock? It's kind of like, it would be nice if we could wrap the day up. But this really sustains my energy to get me through the afternoon. I don't feel jittery. I don't feel anxious, but I do feel more alert and able to do the task that I still need to finish for the day. So I really do love the Energized.
I do too. And I have to say that at first, when I took it the first time, I thought for sure I would notice a big burst of energy right then, almost like somebody asked me if it was like a pre-workout, and it is not. It is a very slow kind of an uptick in your energy to where suddenly I thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much done. And it wasn't a jittery, like you said, it's not a jittery thing. It's not a pop and drop. It is a slow increase in energy. I want to say, I'm not sure how many hours. I can't remember how many hours Energized stays within your system. But
for me, I feel the effects for like probably 5 hours or so. Like it is that slow release.
Yeah.
So it definitely gets me through the afternoon.
And then it doesn't just suddenly you're exhausted. It is very much such a gradual thing. And that's what I like about it. But I know a lot of people have started with just half a little packet to begin with to see how they respond to it and then go from there. But I really do like Energized a lot. It helps.
And then it doesn't have those harmful effects either, like Red Bull and all these other things that Claw and all these other things that people are taking that just really disrupt the effectiveness of the kidneys to function. Like I don't think people understand the impact that those types of energy with such a jolt can have for your heart and for your organs. And so this is clean, sustainable energy that will still help you get through the day, but not harm your body.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Next up.
Okay, I know you want to talk about focus, so I'm going to let you talk about focus too.
No.
But I will say, I have 3 kids, 2 businesses, and lots of all the tabs open in my head. 20 tabs open. I think every woman does.
Mhm.
And postmenopausal, so I know I can look like I've a little foggy brain sometimes because there's a lot going on, a lot to manage. Everybody is like that I've talked to, just a lot on our plates. And I don't know that I'll ever go without focused again. It's not when I take on the weekends when I'm more relaxed, but man, during the week when I need to be in it to win it and get things done at work, I am definitely taking my focused. I think Bonnie said it best when it's like, you feel like you're on crack. Like you are an arrow, you are focused. I know exactly which tab to pull from to get the next thing done. I don't have a problem with word recall or names of things. And when I walk into a room, I remember why I walked into the room. And so, and who I'm supposed to be seeing and, what body part and all the things. So it has helped me so much to really have that sustaining attention that my life requires of me. And honestly, this is when my son is going away to college this fall. This will be part of my investment in his college education, is to make sure he's got focused, because I think he needs it. And I think it's going to be really good for his concentration and memory. So I really, really do love focused.
I do too. I know that at first I thought, oh, we all talk about how we have ADHD now, this like, I think as we go through peri and postmenopause, we just feel like our brain is so cracked in so many areas. Things are, like you said, tabs are open everywhere. And not being able to finish a project. I have 50 different projects open, so excited about every single thing that I'm working on, but I cannot finish anything. And so I feel like I'm not productive all day long. But I thought, okay, I'm going to try focused and see, because I've heard great things about it. I'm going to try it out. And what I realized is that, this one stays, I think, in your system for about 4 hours. So and I actually take, if I'm working on something that I need to be focused on, I need to get done and complete, then I will take 2 a day. I'll take 1 in the morning when I get rolling, and then 1 after lunchtime. It definitely helps in everything that you talked about. I also, with focused, did not put it on my auto ship because I thought I would just try it out. And everything is a month, of a product that you get. So here I go through my month, and then suddenly I didn't have it. And I thought, okay, I'll just go ahead and order. And then immediately I had projects all over the place going on and could not finish anything. I'm just constantly swirling. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, okay, I don't have to be on medication. Because I was seriously thinking, do I need to go in and get on some sort of medication that's going to help me like narrow the focus here? And now I know that I don't. This is something that I will do every single day, just because I need to keep that clear mind. It also has that Lutamax brain, which is the protection against the eye strain and the blue light exposure, which I think is just phenomenal there as a part of our protection as well. So yeah,
it is in that mind and motivation collection. And this is the one that they kind of do talk about that really helps you get out of the rut. Like when you just feel like you really don't have the drive to move forward, or you don't have the drive to finish the project, that this is the thing that really does help with that too, to get you to the finish line. So Lisa, are we going to need to call you the closer now?
Oh boy. Hang on.
You're getting it done.
Lisa, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
So I see ginkgo peptides. Are each one of those, like the Lutamax brain, is that a peptide? Are all of those peptides, or are they, some of them are peptides and some of them are other things that are not peptides?
Elizabeth, can you answer that one as far as those ingredients go?
That's correct. Some of them are peptides, which are amino acids. Some of them are supplements, like the extract. And so it is a complement to what is to the peptide, so that your body can process it better.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Perfect. Good question, Jill. Okay, let's see. We are on to,
Yeah, the focused is awesome. I would say, man,
yeah,
it's
for
great.
sure.
And last but not least,
Calm.
calm. What a great way to end the evening. But this is another one I'm recommending to a lot of my clients to help with relaxation. So a lot of people are using this as a sleep support because it is a stress reducer. It gives that sense of relaxation. But I tell people it's okay to take it during the day too. It's not going to put you in a trance or make you suddenly, fall asleep. But it does give that calming sense. And I think one of my big wins is I have a dear friend who's, in her 70s, has struggled with sleep forever. And we've tried a lot of different things to try to help her with her sleep. And I asked her, please try the calm. Like, let's just give it a go. And she is hooked. She's like, she started out with a half a packet and now she takes a full packet, but it really has helped her with her sleep. And sleep is, when you said muscle like helps with longevity, I would say sleep is the next thing. Like if you're not having time for your body to go into rest restore mode, then you really your memory will fail, your body will begin to break down, and sleep is critical. But beyond that, it is for stress reduction. So we also have patients that are trying to come off of medications that have helped with stress. And this has been part of their tool to help with that balance. And they're doing that under a doctor's supervision. But they're wanting to move towards something natural because maybe they've been on a medication for, years and years. And they're looking for other solutions to help, not to numb them. They still want to feel, but to help bring a little more stability and balance into the equation so that you can react, you don't react, you're able to respond to what's going on in life. And I really feel like that's what calm does. So calm is one that I don't use every day, but if I've had a more stressful day, I probably will take that one in the evening to help me have a more restful night.
Yeah, that's a good point. The calm, if I look at cold medicine, I fall asleep. I'm one of those, I'm very sensitive to things that do make you drowsy. Calm is not one of those things that makes you drowsy, but I do relax. I really relax when I sleep at night, when I take calm before I go to bed. By the way, calm is one of those, it's in another little pixie stick kind of powder thing that you pour the powder on your tongue actually and hold it there for about 15 seconds and it kind of melts and then you swallow it and it tastes like berries. It has a good flavor to it. But one of the things that I wanted to point out is that everybody is so different in what their body needs and how their body is going to respond. So people will say to me, well, what testing do you guys do to know what I need? And it's really, where your pain points are. Where you're having trouble with. If you're having trouble with your anxiety and you just want to take the edge off of it, then I would say try calm, and try half a pack, like you're saying, try half of a pack. See how your body responds to it. I have not taken it during the day, but I know there's a lot of moms out there actually who take it before they go to the pickup line to pick up their kid at school. That traffic is on crazy. And so I know that's a good one. I know that calm is just one of those that I've heard nothing but great things about, with just taking that edge off and relaxing. And like you said, it doesn't make you drowsy, none of those things, but I definitely relax. And it's funny, I have the Aura ring. And so now I know that when I take calm, my sleep score is really good, because, but again, it's not something that, makes me groggy in the morning. Not at all. Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of tastes like a lemon drop. So
Yeah, it kind of does, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like a little lemon drop. It's got lemon balm in it as part of that would be the extract or the supplement in addition to the peptide. But yeah, it's really nice. And I've really enjoyed taking that one as well.
Yeah. I taste like a little berry in there too. Do you taste berry in there? Or just
I don't know, Lisa.
Interesting. And by the way, Calm and Hydrated are both support products for the peptides. The other ones are straight up, peptides with their, again, like you were talking about with the other support components in there, but Hydrated and Calm are support products for our peptides. Okay, so let's see. So before we talk about this a little bit, let's see, do I have to stop sharing so I can see everybody, or can I change my little thingy? Or do we have any questions that we need to go over?
I haven't seen anything in the chat.
Okay. All right. Anybody have anything off the top of their head they want to throw out there? Okay. All right. So these are the
I'm so sorry. I do have a question about the focus. What age range can you start taking the focus? Like, I have an 8-year-old daughter that could use some help in that department. Is she too young to take that?
I know of several clients that have their kids on it. I definitely would say just have your doctor be aware, their doctor be aware of the peptides taking. But I know that there's a lot of success there, but I don't know exactly where that age range is with make. Do you know that, Elizabeth?
No, and it is a supplement. So, I mean, your kids may take vitamins or other things too. And so I would say use it at your discretion, but there has not been any studies on kids using the Focus peptide. We just know what it does. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want my teenager on it, and I'm thinking about my next one as well. So, and trying to help them just with their attention and focus on things as well.
Right.
The nice thing too, is with a lot of the peptides, you can also adjust the amount. Whereas, if it's in a packet, then you could do a half dose or whatnot, versus a tablet form where you don't have that ability to adjust things. So because they're smaller, they may need a smaller dose. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure like what was created is for a normal, a healthy adult.
I know too that they were just talking about on their science Zoom last week. I think they were talking about the fact that they have lean is in these little capsules. And the reason why they're in a capsule is because it tastes so horrible. So they did everything they could to make it taste good, everything they could, and it did not work. And so they had to stick it in a capsule. So I don't know if that's the same with Focus, because, could you take it out of the capsule? We're going to have to ask them about this, because if you could take it out of the capsule and do it, like give them a little bit, I don't know. But I know that they said that they could not get lean to taste good. It tasted so horrible. Stick it in the capsule. So yeah, that's another good question. We'll have to dig into that a little bit too. Okay, so this next slide shows just if you're interested in the peptides, they do come in collections like this that complement each other, along with that other one that I was talking about, the Lean, the Fit, and the Energized. But they are also available as individual products as well. You have to remember that your cells turn over every 90 to 120 days. So, you need to give your cells time to adjust to what you're trying to, where they remember their purpose, right? So you've got to be consistent with the product to get the results that you're looking for. So I have a client who started taking it, and then I thought I'll just check in with him in a month. And then I went back and checked with him, and he said, "Oh gosh, it didn't work. It just didn't work for me." And I said, "Well, you used it every day?" And he's like, "Oh, and I did it like 3 days, and it just didn't work." And I thought, oh my gosh, okay. So I thought, okay, we need to like really make sure that everybody understands that these are not manipulating your cells. They are working with them. They're communicating with them. They're teaching them again. So it does take a bit I did not have any real results. I didn't feel like with Lean and Fit until, besides the joint thing, but with the fat loss, it took it into my 4th month is when I noticed it and when people noticed it. So, so it's something to think about. And I bring that up because of that the subscribe and save, when it's that auto ship. You save 10% on it. I think it's over $100. You get the free shipping. But you can cancel at any time, but it's worth it because you get that 10% off. And then on your 4th month, you get 20% off. So again, you can cancel anytime, but it's the best way to go because 1 month is not going to give you the results that you're looking for. You've got to be able to teach yourselves the purpose again. Anything you want to add to that, Elizabeth?
No, I think it's just, it's the same, that it takes time and it's not a quick fix. I don't think anything sustainable is a quick fix, and it is going to work with your body to help you get the results that you want. I did notice not a change in weight so much, but literally like my thighs, like we talked about that earlier, and I'm wearing clothes. I mean, I've had to change my clothes size now twice since I began, and I'm in sizes that I've never worn before. And here I am, postmenopausal, 3 children later, and almost 50. And I'm just like, wow, like I would really feel the most confident I think that I've probably ever felt in my life. Like I really feel good. And so give it the time. And even my skin, like I've noticed, I know you were talking about your hair, Lisa.
Yeah.
You know, my hair is growing better because the fit also stimulates collagen. And so my skin I really feel very comfortable with, you know, how I look and feel right now. But it's a longevity thing for me.
Right. It is the long term. And I think that everybody's wanting, well, we all want something to be that quick fix fast. I know that with the hair growth, I've heard that from a lot of people. Myself, I lost a ton of hair. My sister knows that straight up. She's heard me complain about it for a long time. And then when I suddenly started realizing all this new growth coming in. And so last week I went and got my hair done, and I said, can you see all the new growth? And she's like, well, this back here, this is breakage. We're no more blonde. And I'm like, you know, but I know now there's new growth in there. She showed me the new growth is about that long. And then all the other, you know, that broke, we'll just work with that and fix that over time, right? But it is exciting to see the new growth come in. And I did have a client the other day tell me that her hair is so much softer. She said, has anybody told you about your hair getting softer? And I was like, that one I haven't heard yet. And she said, I've noticed it immediately. So again, I think just with the collagen and the changes that way, it's pretty great. So, okay. Well, all right. So question then for you would be, got a couple different choices here tonight. You can decide to take some peptides yourself and see how they work for you and your body. Again, for what your pain points are, what you're needing within your body to help your body function the way it's supposed to function. There are some people like myself that I love it so much, I want to tell everybody all about it. And so I did join the Make Wellness team, and I'm pretty happy about that. Or maybe you just need to process like I did at the very beginning. I heard about it, I put it to the side, and I had to think about it and then come back to it. So whoever hooked you up today to come to our Zoom meeting, get with them and ask your questions and see if this is something that you think could help your body function a little bit better. I hope you do choose it because I do know that they do work. They're natural, and they're not going to mess with anything else that's going on in your body. No contraindications. It's good old Mother Nature helping you out. All right.
Pretty awesome.
Any other questions at all? Nothing? Okay. If you think of anything.
I do have a question.
Okay.
Does the research that they have done, do you know, is there research done on like the kidneys or liver on how this like long term react to the kidneys? My husband has had kidney cancer, and they took one of his kidneys, and I really, because of like aches and pains he has, I really would like to get him on the fit. and I'm in the process of reaching out to his doctor, trying to figure out what to say, but I didn't know if the research had showed anything on kidneys.
The white papers on it, I know that we could send you the white papers on it actually, and you can share that with the doc and let them take a look through there. On the kidney part, for that specific example, I don't have an answer for you, but I would say that the white papers and getting a hold of the white papers and sharing that with the doc. Again, these are natural peptides, and so it's not medication. But again, I'm certainly not a doctor, so I can't tell you that they would be fine, but I would share the information. I'd share the ingredients that are in it, and again, the white papers, and we can get you that information too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Really do appreciate that very much. And again, I'm sorry that Bonnie wasn't able to join us, but I know that we'll do this again. And she has so much to lend to the conversation. It'll be great to have her here as part of it too. So, okay. Hope to hear from you guys. Let us know if you have any additional questions, and I hope you have a really great night.
Thanks, Lisa.
So
Okay.
much.
Thank
This was
you.
great.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys. Thanks, Dr. Elizabeth. Appreciate your help.
Absolutely.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
Stop the recording.